In this seed, you're going to spawn right in this desert. We're going to look towards the sun for the direction of where we're going to be going, and you're going to come across this river. Follow that river, and you're going to see a desert village. The first one on this list is right there. You do have another ruined portal right there. It's kind of submerged in the desert. And this is our first desert village, which looks pretty good, but it's not the main one that we're going to be looking at, or the main two. There's two really good villages that I really like. And we're following this river to the ocean. If you take a look to the left, there's another desert village off in the distance with another desert pyramid right on the other side of that hill. We are going to swim out or fly out to the center until we see this pillager tower. You have a island, or not an island, you have a village over there and an island right over here. This is the one that we're going to be focusing on, or one of the main focuses of this seed, is a pretty good island village. So you have two trees, one right by the water, one right over there in the middle of the land. And then you have the first desert island village, which is pretty cool. It's also near a lava pool or lake for those who need it. Oh wait, there's another tree in here that I missed. So you have 3 trees on this island, which is pretty good. And if we head over here, as you can see, looks pretty good. A lot of building potential for here. You got a lot of nearby land masses, like that little flat area right there. Some more right here with another tree. But if we go over here, I'm sure you can see it. This is another desert island village. And yes, that is a desert temple in the middle of the village, which I think is pretty cool. And you got some more trees over there if you want to go and pick them up. But yeah, 2 desert island villages relatively close to each other. The coordinates are in the description. In this seed, you're going to spawn in this general area. You got a nice snow hill area right here, or snow-capped hill. You got another large snow biome over in that general area. However, our focus is down the hill and over the river, and we're going to have to cross this little bit of land as well. And if you follow the second river down here towards the sun, you're going to have a village that's really close to another village. Like, it would not take much effort to combine these 2 villages into one another, or at least build a road between the two. You got a cherry grove biome right over there. You got some hills and trees pretty much all around here. And right next to this village, you have a lot of flat land area right there to work with. So overall, this is a really good double village seed. In this seed, you're going to spawn right next to a village. You got a little flat area right here. If you turn around, you have a snow village that's basically borderlining with a plains biome. You got a lot of flat area to work with surrounding the village. As you can see, pretty flat. And if you want more in the snow biome, here you go. You got a lot of flat areas surrounding this whole village right here. And as for the village itself, got a couple farms. It does get a little bit uneven right in the middle of the village, but overall, decent sized village. You got some larger snow biomes in that general direction with the cherry grove on top of hill right there. In this seed, you're going to spawn right next to a village. Well, at least part of the village. The rest of the village is down this hole, which is pretty cool in of itself, the fact that it's by this like little river area right here. But if you look over here, it opens up into a cavern. So you basically have this nice little water feature right here, right next to this village, which is pretty cool. And you have a mine shaft down there. So really cool village spawn in my opinion. And as I'm sure you've seen glimpses of, there's a cherry grove on top of that hill right there, followed by another village, followed by a very small cherry grove right here. So you have a lot of interesting village potential between these 2 villages, one with the cavern, one right in here between these 2 cherry groves, and a decent amount of flat area to work with. Overall, in my opinion, a really cool seed. And you do have a pillager tower on the other side of that hill. In this seed, you're going to spawn right next to this pretty large ice spike biome. However, if you turn around, you have a forest, which if you go just into the forest far enough, you're going to come across the village. And it's a pretty good sized village that goes into a mini desert or a beach biome right here, which is, something I don't come across too frequently. You have a little ruined portal not too far from the village. Over here you have a large body of water. And if you see that little light glowing in the distance, that is a ocean monument. And overall, this is a pretty good seed. And if you want more forest, it goes over in that general direction. So, ice spike biome, forest village, ruined nether portal. This seed, an ocean monument. This seed's pretty good one. In this seed, you're going to spawn in this little birch forest area. Go down to the river and just follow the coast. And you're going to come across a nice little coastal village. Also, head in the direction of the sun if you want even better directions. And you have this nice little plains biome right here with a decent amount of flat land and a nice little coastal village right here. Kind of in the between this like little ravine or river area right here, or valley. And it's not that big of a village, but if you look up here, you got a pretty good meadows biome right here that's honestly in a pretty good location. You could end up doing like that, what was it, like the 10,000 steps or whatever that Skyrim has. You can do something like that here. And you also got a snow-capped mountain or hill area right up there as well. So overall, this is a pretty good location for building with a nice village location right next to spawn. In this village seed, you're going to spawn right on this hill. And if you look over in that direction, you have a pretty good village seed with a nice flatlands area, which if you like building the flatlands next to a village, that's a really good spot. And you also have this inclination going up this hill with a pretty good snow biome in that general direction. However, if we go up this hill, you're going to see this pretty interesting circle formation of cherry grove. But next to that cherry grove, you have a pretty interesting village formation. So it's in the snow biome, it's in the cherry grove area, or just barely, and it's in a plains that goes down to the river. So there's a lot going on with just this one seed or one village alone, and probably wouldn't take too much to build a good layout for this village, as it does provide you enough leeway to build a staircase or something along those lines to make it look a little bit more natural. And if you follow the river, you're going to come across another little river village built alongside it. Still pretty cool. So that's the second one. Obviously, you have another cherry grove over in that general direction. So that's village number 3. Now, we're going to go over here towards the snow biome in this cherry grove area. And as you can see, there's another village. This one actually looks really good as well. So you have this pretty large cherry grove with a little lava pool right there. And once we get over to this village, you'll see what I mean. You got that really nice looking snow mountain or hills in the background. You got a cherry grove that's right next to this village. And it's also in a plains and a snow biome. So, yeah. And you also got a decent amount of flat area in this snow biome to work with. So, yeah. If you like villages, interesting villages, yeah, I think this is a pretty good seed. You're going to spawn right around here. And you have a lot of water near spawn. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the sun and look a little bit to the left and start heading this direction towards the jungle. Or you could go to the water and just follow along the coast, and you're going to reach the village. The coordinates are also in the description if you want to just go there that way. But you got a pretty interesting little coastal village right here. As you can see, you got a little hole that goes down pretty far. But yeah, here's a little coastal village. You got some down on the lower sea level elevation, and you got some up on the hill. You got a jungle biome right across that little river right there. You also have more savanna and more desert, and as I'm sure you can, well, some of you might be able to see, another desert village right over there and a desert pyramid right there. So you got a lot to work with all along this coast, and you got this massive body of water if you just want to go out and explore on a boat. So, yeah, enjoy.